Welcome to Wellington's Wise Zone, a podcast dedicated to create weekly sports conversations, be a constant sports hub for content and interview game changers within the community and the world. Wellington's Wise Zone back with another episode. I know it has been a minute. It has been a while since I have recorded an episode. Um, Technical issues. That's what I have to chop it up to. Technical issues, a lot of things going on behind the scenes. But still posting Wellington's Wise Zone content on Instagram, TikTok, X, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your content. Follow me under Wellington Burns, and you'll be able to see, and Wellington's Y Zone on Instagram. You can see all that content there and on YouTube. Have a lot of topics to get into for this one, as usual, and to start off with Luka Doncic and JJ Redick. Obviously, they have a very significant dominant win against the Lakers, against the Warriors, 129 to 101. But there was an interesting subplot with that with the sideline incident with JJ Redick and Luka Doncic, where Luka Doncic is going to the sideline. JJ Redick tries to get his attention, tries to like have a conversation with him. Luka doesn't want to talk to him. JJ Redick's kind of like barking at him. It seems like and yeah, it seemed intense from afar. Now there's always things that can look and appear differently than how they really seem. We know that. We've seen LeBron, Eric Spoelstra, they had combative moments. LeBron and David Blatt. There have been moments where stars and coaches don't have the best just camaraderie and can be intense. So Dave McMenamin, obviously very well-known reporter, he stated that the incident between JJ and Luka was not what it seemed at all. He said a source close to Luka told me that him and JJ have a strong, close relationship that dates back nearly a decade, and they're both fiercely competitive and they push one another. A team source said, "Find me a star in the NBA that isn't frustrated amidst a three-game losing streak." Makes all the sense in the world. Three-game losing streak. The Lakers have been up and down, I think, all season. It's been one of those things that they started off out of the gate very strongly when LeBron was missing those games. And then when he got back, they kind of just it was inconsistent. It wasn't like a significant like, okay, this team is like really a top three contender. It's like middle of the boat. And I think that's where the Lakers still are. Still middle of the boat, still trying to find cohesion, especially as they're making that push to the postseason. And if they can't find that specific cohesion, it's going to be the same issues that they faced in the postseason last year against Minnesota when they lost in five. It's going to be the same thing. So if you cannot figure out these issues and kind of like nail down what is going on, why is there not as good of a chemistry? I said this on a video a couple weeks ago about when they were facing the Magic. Luka has the ball, 3 seconds left, has a really good shot, shot attempt and look to be able to win the game, and passes it to LeBron. LeBron misses it, and even LeBron in the postgame said like, I didn't really know what he was seeing, but maybe he didn't see as good of a look as everybody else saw. You know, it was like one of those like, Luka, just take the shot. Didn't take the shot, and they end up losing that game. I think there are snapshot moments with this Lakers team where you can't fully trust what you're seeing. You can't really say that like what you're seeing is going to be a team that can get to the Western Conference Finals or get to the NBA Finals. You can't see that. And so for me, I would say it has been it has been very interesting to say the least about how this team is kind of forming, how this team is um trying to be consistent because overall it doesn't look that way. It doesn't look like they're a consistent team, and they can beat subpar teams extremely well with ease. Subpar teams have to beat them. Oh, it's good. But when it is a team that is elite, when it's a team that is, dare I say, better than them, or more competitive than them, it's not the same case. So, um, skill the same scenario for the Lakers from what I'm seeing. It still looks as though a team that is just not very um consistent and doesn't have the internal chemistry to be able to go on a deep run. Next, getting into Giannis coming back. Giannis came back last night. The Celtics, they were able to win even without Jaylen Brown, 108 to 81. And the Bucks, the Bucks are 15 and 16 with Giannis, 11 and 18 without him. So makes a lot of sense, right? Um, they they're in a position, they're 3 games out of the play-in. And like honestly, I feel as though this Bucks team is just they're in a position where either Giannis is just going to be like, I'm going to wait for the summer to be a free agent and go to another team, or they're going to try to make a push to the postseason. I know Giannis is competitive. Giannis wants to get there, but I think we all know this team is not built to go on a postseason run. This team doesn't have enough. For most of the NBA trade deadline, I was thinking like, okay, Giannis is going to just like he's just gonna go with a contender, and he doesn't. He does the Leonardo DiCaprio Wolf of Wall Street, like, I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. Like this is where I'm staying. And so it makes you a little puzzled because it's like, what does Giannis want to do? That's been my biggest thing with Giannis. Does Giannis actually want to stay with a team that is kind of just been mediocre at best? I mean, at least 2 first round exits in the last 3 to 4 years against Indiana. Does he want to do that, or does he want to actually like be able to go on a team that is like actually a contender? And I think Giannis deserves that. Giannis deserves to be on a contender, not a team where, oh man, like you kind of have a shot. This team is 3 games out of the play-in. Like that is nothing to the caliber of what Giannis does. Not being even in the position of being in the postseason race right now. It's just insanity to me. It's crazy. So I really think that I really feel as though Giannis, he's going to have to really meet a crossroads um this summer and finally figure out, what do I want to do with my career, with my prime years? Is this what I really want to do? Do I really want to be the guy who's just gonna like stay with a team that's middling, stay with a team that is underachieving, or do I want to go on a contender? Do I want to meet up with another star? Giannis, meet up with another star. Like you got to do it, man. You have to do it. I'm hoping he does that, and I really hope that he can find a better destination. Um, I also wanted to get to Jaylen Brown. I feel as though Jaylen Brown is one of is one of the guys who gets underappreciated. He's a two-way guy, plays like Kawhi. I feel as though he's like Kawhi 2.0. He has the ability to defend very well. Um, can create his own shot, turnover machine, all of those things. Literally talked about it today on a video. I think Jaylen Brown gets underappreciated, and a lot of Celtics fans, again, I expect Celtics fans to agree. They're like, yeah, that's our guy, underappreciated. But what's going to happen when Tatum comes back this Friday against the Mavericks? That's my question. I think Jaylen Brown believes he's the best player on the Celtics. He would never. I don't know if he said that. I'm gonna have to like go in the archives and see like, has he said that. I believe Jaylen Brown thinks he's the best player on the Celtics. And Tatum, with him being right around the corner coming back, probably playing the Mavericks this Friday, we think. Bill Simmons said, the Podfather said it, so I gotta assume it's right. Gotta assume it's right if Bill Simmons says it. So there's a possibility that Jason Tatum comes back this Friday. So how is that going to affect the chemistry? Because I don't think Tatum's going to be immediately back to like 90%, maybe 80%. maybe 75%. But if you look at it, look at the East. Number one, we have Detroit. Kay Cunningham, phenomenal season, spectacular. They are a gritty team. They are a very gritty team, and they're kind of like filling in that Pistons mantra of just gritty basketball. Um, on the other hand, the Knicks, who I'm going to get to later, what they were able to do recently against the Spurs, like the Knicks are a team. If Tatum is not himself, and again, to even assume that he's not going to be himself is like something that we're kind of like projecting because it's going to take a minute for him to get fully integrated. We're in March now, and you know the NBA is in that push for the postseason. So it's going to take some time. It's going to take time. But I think that Jason Tatum at 80% is still better than a lot of other players 100%. It just is. So if he's able to come back, be the guy that can at least be a serviceable role player for a little bit and then warm up for the postseason, I think that's going to be very scary for the rest of the league. And this Celtics team is already second in the East, won without Jaylen Brown yesterday. They just have a great system, absolutely great system. And I think Missoula is one of the premier coaches in the league. So watch out for Boston again. Watch out for Boston because it's going to be scary when Tatum comes back. It's going to be absolutely scary. He's going to be on a vengeance. Um, I also wanted to get to the Warriors. I saw recently, and again, if you if you haven't seen the video where Draymond is just going on a rant and Steph is just like, yeah, yeah, just nodding his head, just nodding his head, yeah, yeah. I know what you're trying to say, yeah, yeah. You're upset, yeah. Like that's the look of when there's so many comparisons you can have it to. When you have that best friend who just keeps putting himself in the same position, same disappointment, and you're just like, you're so tired of it, you're so over it, and you're like, man, I told you, don't do it. I told you this wasn't the right decision to make. I told you that wasn't the job for you. I told you, but you're still doing it. Draymond is still doing it, still upset. And Steph's like, okay, I got you. I've heard it a million times. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say, man. That was priceless. But um, yeah, I just fully think that it is going to be one of those interesting times for the Warriors where Steph is still Steph. This Warriors team does not have enough to support Steph. I think Steph's in a position that kind of Giannis is in for the East. He doesn't have enough to support him for a championship run. And when Jimmy Butler went out, that really tanked their chances at anything significant. I think that's something that is really um, been a challenge. So um, yeah, it's going to be a very uphill battle, a very steep uphill battle for. Can I say steep and uphill? Am I allowed to say steep uphill? I don't know. Is that hey, my English people out there, steep uphill battle? Can I say that? I don't know. I just said it. It's going to be an uphill battle. I'll keep it a little more simplistic. Uphill battle for the Warriors. Um, so yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out. Um, and I need to look. Let me look. Let's do a current postseason projection rating for where the Warriors are at. I'm scared to look. I don't think it's gonna be good. I'm gonna guess seven. I'm gonna guess seven. Let's see. Let us see how the Warriors are looking. Oh, eight. Okay, they're at eight. So they're at eight. If I was looking at seven, Phoenix, Golden State eight, Clippers nine, Portland 10. Hmm. I mean, out of that bunch, I would say Clippers, that I like the most. But I say that because of Kawhi. Now, do I trust this team? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, because we know what happens to them when it comes to the postseason. But yeah, like That's an interesting bunch because we saw what happened with Phoenix and Dylan Brooks being out. Um, his injury, that's obviously gonna hurt Phoenix. And then Golden State, like how long Steph is out, right? That's something that's really gonna hamper them. So I would say that the Clippers, because Kawhi is still that box office guy. Like Kawhi Leonard, I would say Kawhi Leonard is the type of guy. He is the actor who, when he like actually like makes movies or is in movies and is active and is like actively making movies and is not like taking a hiatus and it's like, man, like where's he been? Where like I need to see another Daniel Day-Lewis performance. Daniel Day-Lewis has been a little MIA. I need to see him. I need to see him give another Oscar-winning performance because it's like when he's there, it's like, oh my goodness, what can you do? Like when Kawhi is there, it's like finals, Raptors, Spurs, box office. But when he's not there, it's like the drought continues. Can he be available? You know, it's like is that a comparison that you guys resonate with? Kawhi Leonard, Daniel Day-Lewis. I think Kawhi Leonard, I think Kawhi Leonard is the Daniel Day-Lewis of the NBA. I think he is. And I say that because Kawhi Leonard, his highs are like as excellent as they can be when he's like fully locked in, when he's playing. Because it's like when he's there, it's like boom. Daniel Day-Lewis, when he's there, there will be blood. Like right up there. One of the greatest performances ever. Um, I believe he was in Gangs of New York as well. Gangs of New York, like the creme de la creme of like when the guy is there, it's like this is fully box office. This is as good as it gets. But it's like few and far between because he's not as like active as some other actors. It's not like the Tom Cruise, not the DiCaprio or the Denzels who are just like you always see them, or the Matt Damons. With him, it's like okay, it's not gonna be like as much, but when he's there, watch out. Look out. So Kawhi Leonard is the Daniel Day-Lewis of the NBA. That's you can take that as a little nugget from this episode. Um, well, I'm gonna take a quick break and I'll be right back for the second half of this episode.